Okay, we're going to take a look at the mobile app, specifically the mobile sales app. So the mobile app, it runs from any iPhone or Android device. It is actually a native application that runs on the phone itself. I have it installed here in the top right hand corner. I'm just going to click on that. When you click it, it remembers your user ID. You don't have to log in each time. It does remember it. And then these are the 6 default modules that come with the sales app. So any of them can be hidden, and also new modules can be added, and any of these are kind of highly customizable. So I'll go into each one and talk about the different parts that are customizable. So starting with the inventory lookup, the idea here is, because this is designed to be used by sales reps in the field, the idea is sort of quick and easy ability to look up inventory availability on a particular item. So I'm going to click into that. Brings me into a list of all my items, and if I pick, I can start typing in the name of a product or the ID. Let's see, DOM, and when I do that, it sort of pre-filters this based on that and shows me what my pricing information is and what I have available. So here's one of the things I was saying that's customizable, is what we display in the inventory lookup is customizable. This is just kind of a raw number, this quantity available, like how much is total available to sell in stock. We could be more specific than that by breaking out what's available in each warehouse. We could break out what's currently in transit. If there are any containers on the water on the way in, we can give you like the ETA when it's expected to arrive. You can drill down into a product if you wanted to see additional details about that product, different price levels. Again, this is all customizable, so any of the information that's available about a product can be displayed when you click down into it. So that is the inventory lookup. The next piece is, the next module here we're going to look at is CRM. So when you click on that, it pulls up a listing of all your active customers, and the same way you can filter that by clicking into here. So we'll choose this one, Too Much Fun Liquor. Now, notice here it's giving you the customer name, their credit limit, a phone, and email. Anytime you click on either the phone number or the email address, it's going to track that. It'll link the call with that customer. It creates a new inquiry in VSCO terms, so it creates a new sales activity associated with that customer. It keeps track of who did it and when. And same thing with the email. It creates a new inquiry for any email that you're sending out. So I'm going to click down into this customer, and the details about the customer is displayed here, address info. Really, again, this is one of those things that's customizable, so you can choose what it is that you want to appear. But the key thing is those 3 boxes that you see down here at the bottom is the ability to pull up a history of different things you've done with this customer. So if we start with order history on the right-hand side, this would be every single order that we've had with this customer. You can click into each order to figure out exactly what items we shipped them, how much, what they paid, that kind of thing. That's the order history. There's also a history of inquiries. So this is any sales activities, whether it's sales calls, samples that you've sent them, items that they've requested pricing on, history of all that, who specifically did it, when it happened. That's the inquiries history. And then the last piece is a history of all the different quotes that you sent this customer. So same idea, every single quote you've sent them, what items you quoted them on, the pricing, all that's available there. Going back to the home page, you can create new orders right from the mobile app. So that's in this sales orders module. So you've got the ability to look up a history of all orders, and then if you want to create new ones, you can do that right from here too by clicking on that plus button that you see down there at the bottom. It's going to ask you what customer do you want to create an order for. I'll pick this Too Much Fun Liquor. And we can put in a PO number if they give us a PO. And it knows the sales rep that's assigned to this. And we could put a expected ship date. We could put remarks in here. Again, it's customizable what specific fields on the order you want to say. And then if we want to add line items, we'll click that plus button, brings up our list of products. So let's say I want to sell that that wine, pick the default price, I'll click continue, and then it's going to ask me what quantity we want to order for. Let's say 5 cases at the $120 a case. And we'll go back, which brings us back into the order, and we can add more line items if we want to now, or we can say for now, no, that's it, we're done with it. And that's going to actually send, so now the order is submitted, that'll send an email address to the back office, it'll send an email to the back office letting them know that an order came in from me, and then depending on settings, that can either ship out right away, or there can be an approval process on each order before it ships as well. Inquiries, so you can keep you can just add sales activities as you're doing them. If you want to say add new sales call, or just keep track of the fact that you left a sample with a customer, you choose the customer, and then you can choose what type of activity this was. Let's say it was a sample request that they placed. You can, well, if the samples are tested, you can keep track of what the results are. You can choose a user for following up. Let's say we're going to assign this to Troy for follow-up. Any comments or notes we want to put on this too. There's just a note section there. And you can set a follow-up date. So if you wanted to make sure that you follow up within a week or something, you could set a follow-up date, and then it'll send email alerts back to you, or send you alerts if you have not followed up on that particular inquiry. So that's the inquiry section. Again, all that history is available too in the CRM. You can create new quotes from here. So if you wanted to quote the customer, it's kind of similar to placing an order. We pick the customer. You can put in terms and remarks and things like that. I'm just going to add choose a product that we want to quote them on. I'll choose that particular wine, and it's going to add that line item to the quote. So again, same thing. Now you see all the history in the CRM section. You can email out from there too. So if you want to send the customer a copy of the quote, it sends as a PDF. You could do that too. And then finally, and not everyone likes to have this module in the sales side, but you can, is purchase orders. So same idea, you can create a purchase order through the system. You can look up a history of purchase orders, and you can create new POs through the system as well. And it'll send those out as PDFs to different suppliers. So that's the sales app. As I said, a lot of the specific fields that get displayed can be customized. The order in which they're displayed, what fields appear, the order in which they appear, that's all customizable, along with the workflow too. So like I was saying, if approvals need to be placed on orders, that can all be managed through the back office interface as well.